watch your legs. Now, if you're wondering, where is that angelic voice coming from? Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Vincent. I'm going to be your tour guide this afternoon. So happy to be with you. Now, before we leave, I have a couple of things to go over for safety reasons. If you do have anybody in your group whose feet do not quite touch the bottom of the tram, children, relatives, small boyfriends, stuff like that, please move them to the center of the row that they are in. Folks, away from those shaky. I just want everybody to be safe. Now, we got to wait for that one other important person, and he just came on board. We got one of the best in the business, folks. He's going to be getting us around 400 acres today. That's our driver. He's fast. Let's hope he's not that furious. Let's give it up for Daniel. Give him a big round of applause. So grateful for him, because without him, yeah, this would be a walking tour, and I'm sure you guys don't have 3 hours to spare. So thank you so much for Daniel. I truly appreciate you, brother. Now, we're going to be leaving. Those gates are coming down, folks, and we have had several shows been filming on our back lot. 2 of them that are on our NBC lineup have just been renewed for a 3rd season. One of them being is one of my favorites, hopefully is one of yours, St. Denis Medical.
Welcome to St. Denis Medical Center. St. Denis
Oh, Bonnie.
Regional Medical. I have access to some
Happy Friday.
stuff, and I will hook you up. Yeah. No, man. That was a test.
We're like the Avengers, you know?
We're not supposed to have favorite patients, but we do.
I almost don't want to get better.
Pale, kind of blotchy.
It's the other one.
Oh my God, that's much worse. Wow.
Such a funny show, everybody. If you're a fan of The Office and Parks and Rec, you're going to love St. Denis Medical. So welcome aboard. My name is Vincent. I'm going to be your tour guide. We have Daniel as our driver. Totally forgot his name for a second. Daniel, appreciate you, brother. He's my best friend. I'm going to tell you that right now. But I have one last person I got to introduce you to, and that is my co-host. I am probably one of the best co-hosts in the game. You all do know him from SNL fame, but he's also the host of The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. You guessed it. So smart is Jimmy. Take it away, buddy. All yours.
Hi, I'm Bonnie. Sorry, different view.
Vincent! Daniel! Vincent! Thank you so much, Jimmy. Yes, I do have a few safety rules that we do have to go over. First, if you need guest assistance, have a medical emergency, or if you drop anything, grab the red E-cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Also, if you have any sound or video issues. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please remain seated, keeping your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times, holding on to all your personal belongings. This studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or you just can't wait to use that restroom, totally get it, pull that cord and remain seated. Please, no smoking or vaping of any kind during the tour. But be prepared, our tour does feature loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, and many water effects. You'll want to set your cameras up for great photo opportunities, but do keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. Finally, for the safety of those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while on board. All right, my friends, we're now heading into the front lot area of our studio, but if you take a look on your left-hand side of the tram, you're seeing we're in the middle of a very large expansion in our theme park. Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift, a new roller coaster, will be opening up to the public this summer 2026. But on your right-hand side, we are now currently going by our movie timeline. Now, these posters that we have been passing are just a small fraction of the thousands of movies that we've done after being in business for over 100 years. That's right, you heard me correctly, everybody. Our opening day as a studio was more than 100 years ago. Take a look at your monitors. I'm going to show you some pictures of that day. Now, back on March 15th, 1915, our founder, Carl Laemmle, the wonderful gentleman in the bow tie, he did invite the general public onto our back lot so that they could see silent movies being made. Guests could walk from set to set and marvel at the new technology involved in filmmaking. But when Carl Laemmle did open our doors, he did dub us Universal City, the strangest city in the world. And honestly, that's because we have everything a major city needs. We have our own medical services, our own sheriff's substation, we have our own fire station, we have our own post office, we even have our own zip code. And finally, the last thing that makes us legit, yeah, we got 2 Starbucks and a coffee bean, so I think we qualify. But as we come on down into our front lot, everybody, take a look on your left-hand side because we're now going by our oldest and biggest soundstage, number 12. Now, this black and white building was built back in 1928, and it is roughly 30,000 square feet in size. But if you take a look at your monitors, I'm going to show you a small sampling of movies that were filmed at this soundstage. We're now passing on your left. That is where they filmed Frankenstein's Laboratory, Dracula's Lair, and Scarface's Mansion. But I'm gonna pause the clip right here because I do want you to see what our sound stages do look like on the inside. They're essentially very large warehouse-like buildings that are 98% soundproof. Now that soundproofing is crucial because it allows our filmmakers to not worry about any outside noise or interference interrupting their shots. But as we get down a little bit farther, folks, these last two sound stages we're currently going by, number 7 and 8, they were very busy filming a very popular television show for our Peacock streaming service. Bel-Air, a dramatic retelling of the 90s sitcom Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, recently finished filming their 4th and final season in those sound stages. But before that show, this area on your left was home for a good 6 seasons for one of my favorites on NBC, Superstore.
I know it's hot in here, but let's have some patience with one another.
You know, the heat makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's gonna get punched.
Okay, that's not the kind of workspace that I am used to. But as we continue on, everybody, get your attention back on your left because we're now going by our second oldest soundstage, number 14. Now, that black and white building was built back in 1932, and that one is over 20,000 square feet in size. But inside of number 14, that is where they have filmed such movies like John Carpenter's The Thing. Parts of How the Grinch Stole Christmas starring Jim Carrey were filmed in that building, specifically all the interior shots of Mount Crumpet. But that is also where they filmed another one of my favorite Ron Howard films, Apollo 13.
Realism was an essential element for Apollo 13. After all, we were recreating an important moment in American history, a moment many Americans witnessed on television. We thought about filming in Houston, Texas, where the original control room for the Apollo mission still exists. Unfortunately, NASA's engineers didn't have filmmaking in mind when they built Mission Control. Since there was no room for the elaborate camera cranes and tracks we needed for the shots, we had to build our own Mission Control. Everything had to be exact, even down to the tiniest detail.
That's right, and it's inside of these sound stages, like the ones that are now on your right-hand side, where those details can get done. 80 to 90% of all filming nowadays does take place inside of a sound stage. It gives our filmmakers complete control over the environment, and it allows them to complete their projects in a timely manner. But in these sound stages on your right, they have been very busy, most recently filming a very popular television show on HBO Max. Hacks, starring Emmy-winning and Golden Globe-winning actress Jean Smart, is filmed right here in our backlot. Now, even though that is distributed through HBO Max, it is considered a Universal production. But in this last in this last soundstage on your right-hand side, number 19, that is where they did film some very key scenes from our latest Best Picture Oscar winner, Oppenheimer, which I do believe is on our Peacock streaming service. Very proud to let you know the Oscars are going to be taking place this Sunday, everybody, March 15th. But there he is. You're looking at him. It's Ted. And Ted does have a reason to celebrate because if you did not know, he also has his very own show on our Peacock streaming service. And they did premiere season 2 of Ted about a couple of weeks ago. But right behind Ted, these new buildings we're now passing, they are known on your left as our production bungalows. And these are the homes of some very high-profile production companies. One company that's called the area on your left home is Mark Platt Productions, and they brought us the Oscar-winning movie Wicked and Wicked for Good. Very proud to let you know Wicked for Good will be streaming on our Peacock streaming service coming up March 20th. But another big-time company that lives on your left is the Illumination, and they are very much in charge of the most anticipated movie of the summer. That's right, Super Mario Bros. Galaxy.
Hi, Studio Tour. I'm Charlie Day.
I'm Chris Pratt. Here's a look at our new film, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, only in theaters April 1st. Mamma mia.
Finish this, Lou.
I was very much blown away, and I thought it was hilarious when I found out who was playing the voice of Yoshi. Yeah, it's Donald Glover. I thought that was great. He's from Community and all that, from Atlanta. He's such a good actor. But right now, folks, as we continue through at the end of our front log, get your attention back on your left-hand side, because on the other side of these production offices are two of our most modern sound stages built in the last 12 years or so, sound stages 25 and 26. And as we get down a little bit farther inside of 26, you're going to be seeing a billboard for that is the current home of the show I mentioned earlier, St. Denis Medical, starring David Allen Greer and Wendy McLevin-Covey. But on your right-hand side, folks, this new building we're like to be going by is called our Johnny Carson building, and that is dedicated to that great Tonight Show host, because I love it that this is our casting building, folks. So if there is or ever is an audition that some actors need to take, they're usually going to come into the Johnny Carson building on your right. But as we come to the end of our front lot, folks, we're going to be heading into our back lot, and as we do that, also on your left, you're going to be seeing our Metropolitan sets. Now, these Metro sets do take up a good 4 acres of our property, and they're the tallest that we have around here, standing well over 55 feet tall. But one movie I love to say that was filmed in our Metro sets was Captain America, the First Avenger. The scene where Captain America has taken the formula and he's chasing the Hydra agent driving the taxi. When you see him jump on top of the taxi, that was filmed in our Metro sets we're about to be passing on your left-hand side. Now, right now, folks, we're both going to be heading up to Metro, but I also want to let you know that this area is very advantageous for any kind of stunt work that you might have in your film, because it is much more safer and logical to film your stunts here on our property as opposed to being in the actual city that you're trying to portray. That was very much true for The Blues Brothers, directed by John Landis, and if you take a look at your monitors, I'm going to let the director talk to you a little bit about that process.
When the Pinto fell and you saw it land and make this big hole in the street, that was on the back lot. We dropped it from a crane. You dig like that in Chicago, not a good idea.
When people ask me all of the movies I've ever done, what was the most satisfying or the most fun, I've got to say Blues Brothers. We got to sing, we got to dance, got to drive and train with the best stunt people in the world, and got to be an actor and a writer. So it was a good piece of work.
Danny called John America's Guest, because just he'd walk into anybody's house.
During the shooting of the movie, John was missing. We couldn't find him.
Danny went off looking for him and saw a light on in this one house and knocked on the door.
I said, sir, we're doing a movie down here. We're looking for one of our actors. Oh, John, yeah, he's on my couch. He came in, he had a snack a couple hours ago. He's sleeping. He was America's Guest. I mean, literally that happened.
What a crazy story. I've heard Dan Aykroyd tell that story in so many interviews when he's talking about John Belushi. But as right now, folks, as we're sitting next to where they have St. Denis Medical, the reasons I do love that show because it very much reminds me of The Office, and it reminds me also a little bit of Parks and Rec in there. If you're a fan of The Office, I'm very proud to let you know that there is a direct spin-off of that show that is on NBC right now called The Paper.
Hi, Studio Tour! We're here on the lot where we filmed the paper, which tells our characters' day-to-day lives as employees of a struggling newspaper, the Toledo Truth Teller.
That's right. Unlike many other TV shows, The Paper uses multiple cameras and a variety of shot types and movements to give our show a true documentary feel.
Because the camera is always around whenever we're on the set, it's important that we stay in character.
Hey, Oscar, what's your favorite part of working on the lot?
I wasn't expecting you to ask me that question. You know what? I love being around talented, wonderful, hilarious people. I also get to work with Chelsea Fry. How about you, Chelsea? What's your favorite?
Oh, I love waving to the trams.
Oh. Okay. You can probably stop waving now.
No, that's fine. Just try it.
Yeah?
Yeah, just try it. It's great.
Such a good show, everybody. Like I did mention before, it is a spin-off of The Office, so hopefully with Oscar being on that cast, you might see some of those regulars that were in that first implementation of The Office show up on The Paper. But right now, folks, we're about to head off into our next backlot area. Now, you're going to be seeing on your left-hand side in our Metro where they did film Captain America, the First Avenger down our New York street. But I also want to let you know that parts of the most anticipated Marvel movie that's going to be coming out, Spider Noir, was also filmed in our Metro sets. But we're going to have to leave the concrete jungle behind because we're heading up the hill to the actual jungle. Welcome, my friends, to Skull Island.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. And to me, Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island. And it's great to have you along for the ride. We're about to return to Skull Island.
All right, everybody, our adventure does await us as we are about to head into the island. I do have to let you know, folks, please stay in your seats, holding on to all your personal belongings. Now, you are allowed to record while we're in there, but I have to ask, please no flash photography. Honestly, it will look better without it, and out of consideration for all the guests that are around you, please turn off the flash. But I do have to emphasize this, folks, hold on to all your personal belongings, because if anything is dropped into this building, it might be a while before we can get it back to you. Truly appreciate you. Now, as he mentioned, that his inspiration was the original King Kong movie that came out back in 1933. That movie did recently celebrate its 93rd anniversary a couple of weeks ago, and it is such a good movie. I can understand why it did inspire him. But take a look at your monitors, because even though they did use a lot of old-fashioned claymation in that version of King Kong, his did involve a lot more CGI.
Okay, thank you for the
images. Now you're going to be seeing how
Lucky
our visual
Clover,
effects
appreciate it, King.
You're going to see some snippets of King Kong in this little montage.
Thank you, Kay. Appreciate it.
Oh, I love Dragonheart. If you haven't seen Dragonheart, it's such a good movie. All right, everybody, the moment has finally arrived. Sit back, relax, and try to enjoy the adventure.
Nobody's lived here for hundreds of years. A wall 100 foot high.
Happy Friday, King.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for King Kong 360!
That was a new King Kong 360 without the glasses. They finally removed the glasses.
Adventure, everybody. Now that was presented to us on the biggest digital screens that we have here on our property. They're over 40 feet tall and over 180 feet wide. And that was brought to us by the great people at WetFX. Take a look at your monitors. You're going to see how those visual effects have played a part. That's right, that epic battle was just experienced, designed by Peter Jackson and that group at WetFX. Oops, I'm so sorry, I got a little bit of a media hiccup. There we go. Computer-generated imagery and digital effects have been important tools in movie making for many years and have helped build the worlds in some of your favorite Universal Pictures and sci-fi. I do gotta tuck up Weta FX once more, folks, because they have earned over, I believe, 11 Oscars in all their years of working with visual effects. They have been a part of such movies like Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. They were used on the Avatar movies, and they were very much a part of one of my favorite trilogies, The Lord of the Rings. It's so precious to me, folks. But right now, take a look on your left, because on this side of our Metro sets, folks, I want you to notice this very large brick wall. Now, it may look like there's hundreds of thousands of bricks in that wall. I'm going to give you the real number. It is 0. Yep, that is just a type of wallpaper, folks, that is made to look like a brick wall, put into a vacuum form machine, and then it's given that feel that is actually a brick wall. But as you can see, that's just pretty much a little bit of wallpaper. But also, not only have they done movies and television shows in our metro area, this part of our backlot has also been home to reality competition shows and even music videos. Michael Bublé, Lady Gaga, and Britney Spears have all used our metro sets for their projects. But when it comes to reality competition shows, American Ninja Warrior to set up their obstacle course on our New York Street. But in a little bit, folks, as we come to the end of our metro, you're going to be seeing a lot of our London spots as we come to the end of this wall. If you look that way to your right, towards the back of the tram, you might see a little bit of our London Square. Now, as we do continue through, on your right-hand side of the tram, you're going to be seeing our Universal Monster Mural. I love that part of our backlot, folks. Yes, you're seeing our London Square with a lot of our, very much designed in a modern European motif in mind. But I'm going to point you back on your right, folks, because we're going by our Universal Monster Mural. The artist of this mural, his name is Tristan Eaton, and he is known as a graffiti artist. So every single paint stroke on the wall on your right was done with a spray paint can. And if you take a look at your monitors, I'm going to show you a little bit of a time-lapse video of that artist working on the Frankenstein panel.
Thou shalt rise again.
Right now, take a look on your left, everybody. We got 4 more modern sound stages built fairly recently, 30, 31, 32, and 33. But as we go by 33, you're seeing an advertisement for that is the home of Reba McEntire's latest hit sitcom, Happy's Place.
Hey there, I'm Reba McEntire, and welcome to Happy's Place. We shoot our heartfelt comedy right here on Universal Live. Now, unlike most TV shows, we are a multi-camera sitcom, meaning several cameras capture every scene from a different angle, all at the same time. Each episode takes about a week to make, from the first read-through of the script to rehearsals to taping in front of a live studio audience. And let me tell you, every step is a blast. Enjoy the ride, and we'll see you at Happy's Place. I'm starting to sweat. The men are the ones who's supposed to ask the women out. That hasn't been true for 30 years. I haven't dated in 30 years.
Happy's Place, Friday on NBC and Peacock.
Also want to let you know, folks, if any one of you want to get some info about how you can attend a taping of Happy's Place, being in that studio audience, talk to me after the tour, and I will happily give you that info. But right now, as we have gone by our Metropolitan sets with our big skyscrapers and apartment buildings, that is how we do an outdoor exterior shot. So with that being said, we're now going to be taking you inside of an active soundstage just so we can show you how we do an interior shot. Now, we're about to go into soundstage 50, and from what I was told before this whole tour started, is that this area is still considered a hot set. Now, special terminology in the film industry, and when I use the term hot set, that means all the props and all the lighting are set up for the very next shot. So that when the cast and crew does come back, I do believe they're done for the day because this side on the left of me would have been completely filled with cars, but whenever they do come back, the director will not have to wait for any kind of a setup. They can just yell places and they should be good to go. So, since we're going to be going into a hot set, I do have to emphasize once again, everybody, please hold on to all your personal belongings. Dropping anything in this building, just like with Kong, it might take a while to get it back. So I'm actually going to be the first eyes into the soundstage. Let me take a look around and see what kind of shot they want to set up. Stand by. Oh, okay. Okay. I think I know what they want to do. All right. So as we come on in here, take a look on your left. The left looks like all the behind the scenes. You have all the lighting fixtures, audio cables, and yep, I see it down a little bit farther. We got the director's chair. So, since all the equipment is on the left-hand side, what that tells me is that the next shot could possibly take place on your right. Because on the right, it kind of does look like a normal, everyday subway platform, apparently designed to look like a San Francisco BART station. All these details around you is what gives the audience at home, hey, maybe they actually shot in San Francisco? Okay, I'm so sorry about this, everybody. This is not my fault. This is the San Andreas' fault, but we are going to get through this. This might be the big one. Hold on to it. What we all just saw, everything that you just saw, the water, the spikes, all the mechanics, that was all an example of a practical special effect. Now, once again, special terminology in the film industry, and when I use the term practical for special effects, what that means is that that is any special effect any actor can physically see right in front of them. Right now, folks, I gotta let you know, we have arrived approximately at the halfway mark of the tour, so I just need to remind you to please stay seated during the entire tour. This studio is private property, and if at any time during the trip, you drop your phone or you just can't wait to use that restroom, pull that cord and I'll be back to assist you. But at this moment, everybody, we're going to be visiting one of my favorite parts of our backlot. Hopefully is one of yours. Let's go to Amity Island. That's right, we're now entering to Amity on your right-hand side, and this wonderful community has been dealing with a man-eater, but it has been caught, it's on display. But since I do see the police boat in the water, that tells me that my good friend George might be in there, just doing one last minute sweep, just in case anybody does want to go swim. Okay, I don't want to go swimming, I see a fin. I see a fin. Okay, and I'm going to try to get him on the radio. Stand by, everybody. Hey, George, you got a copy of the boat? Right?
Yeah.
George, you're in the water? Why? You should have been done a long time ago. George, please go to the right. Oh, no, George. Yeah, one day before retirement. Well, I show a fruit punch pack. Who does fruit punches still? I'm sorry, that one's lost on me. But we're going to take it to a very safe place, folks. Daniel and I know the safest places. We're going to come on down and hang out. Really? Yeah, Daniel, when did they put gasoline barrels here in the dock? Did you get that memo? I kind of feel like I got spammed on that one. And now our dock is being taken. On an emotional level, I'm kind of done.
That was Bruce.
Applause to our mechanical shark, Bruce. Thank you, Brucey. We love you. That's right. Back in 1975, when Jaws hit that big screen, it was the biggest blockbuster of that summer. It was so well received that people were genuinely afraid to go back into the water after watching that movie. They really thought there was a 25-footer out there in real life. But right now, the next part of our backlot does usually go through a lot of weather changes, and with that being said, I do believe a forecast is on the horizon. So right now, we're going to be taking you down into our old Mexico set.
So
we're going to set up a weather demonstration for you all. Now, I am going to be in contact with tech services in my earpiece, so I'm going to try to run these cues along with them. But once again, have to emphasize, please stay in your seats, holding on to all your personal belongings. All right, tech, you got me? Yes, it's Tramp 15. We are now in Old Mexico. Can I please get a go on thunder and lightning? A go on thunder and lightning. Up. I hear it right now. Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, stand by for go on water. I will need to go for release of water. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your patience, folks. I'm going to try to quarterback this thing. Hang on. All right, Tech, you got me good? No, not yet. I want it to look good. They're going to go on water now. All right, my friends, we use a very, very high-tech system to deliver that water to you. Yep, we use sprinklers. I know, we spare no expense here, Universal. But we will shoot the water straight up into the air so that it falls naturally. Another tactic is that we will pump up the water pressure in those pipes so that those drops are extra big. If you want rain to show up on film, it kind of needs to be done in the middle of a downpour. Even a strong, natural, steady rain will not be seen by the camera. So every time you see rain in a movie, those filmmakers have to create the type of torrential downpour you're seeing on your left. Oh! Okay, I am so sorry about that one, folks. That one was kind of my fault. I probably should have told you all, if your seat is blue, you might get wet. Made you look. They're all blue. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, folks.
I pretty much like it. Give you a thumbs up.
Everybody.
With the upgrade that they
If
did.
you've ever wondered why was this movie in particular chosen to be a part of the studio tour permanently, I'm gonna let Steven tell you.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of the ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on the Universal lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created. I'm done bashing the shark. Thank you, Jaws, for everything you've done for me. But I will say, consistently, the shark did work much better on the tour than it did in the Atlantic Ocean in 1974.
That's right, everybody.
So
right
Tony,
now,
yeah, we're
turn,
just
we're going to bring you
studio
to
tour.
one of our neighborhood sets. Welcome to our Colonial Street. Now, this area is a dream for any filmmaker because honestly, they can do whatever they want to these houses. If they want to pick one up and move it completely, they can do that. Or like in the 1989 movie, The Burbs, starring Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher, one of the houses that was on your right-hand side during the filming of that movie was literally blown up using real-life pyrotechnics and smoke effects. Now, very proud to let you know we're actually going to be continuing that kind of legacy of The Burbs because we created our own Peacock original series, also called The Burbs, but our version is going to be starring Keke Palmer. Now, I know no matter how many things we film on our Colonial Street, commercials, television shows, movies, it'll probably
like a
always be
hybrid.
recognized as Wisteria
Same thing with the
Lane.
squirrel. They look hybrid.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
That's right, folks. This is where they filmed all 8 seasons of Desperate Housewives.
So inside the building tour we go. They just have them empty for whatever they want to film.
Now,
there's no furniture. It's empty.
most recently, folks, this area was used in the Peacock original show Ted,
Those
created by
houses are
Seth
real.
MacFarlane. And if you take a look at your monitors, I'm going to show you where a scene from that show. But I'm going to pause it. So this is a clip from Ted. This house on your monitors is showing up on your left-hand side right now. It is painted white on your left, but it's blue on your monitors.
Let the festivities begin. How many we got? Well, let's see. We got 20 cartons.
Fantastic.
Do you think we're getting too old for this?
Oh, come on, Johnny, we're doing a public service. If a kid leaves
enters the house in a less than stellar Halloween costume, he's got to get the bad news before he makes a fool of himself all over town.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right now,
They
folks,
sold.
as we do leave our Colonial Street, we're going to be heading up onto Steven Spielberg Drive, and we have dedicated this street to that great director because he has had quite a storied history working with our studio. Keep looking, and you're going to be seeing a little insight into that history.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom. And when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left. And then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Say they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
I honestly can't imagine a day being much better than that. But right now, folks, as we make this turn, do get your cameras out. We're going to be seeing some picture cars. You're going to be seeing different vehicles that have been used in television and movies. For example, on your left is the 𝐥𝐤𝐤 from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. But on your right-hand side are several vehicles from the Back to the Future franchise. And I also see on your right, you're seeing the yellow Deuce Coupe from American Graffiti.
Thank you for that, Tony. Appreciate it.
But on your left, you're going to be seeing several vehicles from the Fast and the Furious, and after them is Bumblebee from the Transformers. Now, I know this seems like a really weird area to have a parking lot. You have to remember they're next to some of the best accommodations we have here at Universal. Welcome, my friends, to the Bates Motel. That's right, folks. It is our Bates Motel run by my very good friend, Norman Bates. I do love to point out that this structure on your right of our Bates Motel was originally used in Psycho number 3. I don't know if people know that there are 2 sequels to the original Psycho, and they were both directed by Anthony Perkins.
He might be at our house.
Yeah, you got the Hollywood sign on your left, folks, as we head up the hill. But as we get to the top of the hill, we're going to be going by an iconic structure that was around when the studio tour first debuted. It is the Psycho House. And as we go by the Psycho House, if you look up into the second floor bedroom window, you might see her looking down on you, judging you silently. What? No, yes, Mother. Yes, Mother, I told them about the motel. Oh, thank you, Mom. She thinks I'm doing such a good job. But right now, folks, I
yeah, Tony,
the biggest disaster zone
not
of
today.
Lot. This is the War of the Worlds.
He was not there.
So what is on your monitors was filmed on your left-hand side of the tram.
So, Gio. What's up, Lamboy?
Sit down and talk about war. I thought, what if the 747 goes right? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're good. Down close.
That's right, folks. That is a genuine 747 passenger airliner on your left-hand side, and it was purchased over in the Mojave Desert, where there is an airplane graveyard, split up into 4 parts, put on the back of flatbed trucks, and then transported over to our property.
So, Justin, I like that.
Story about how
Pretty
this
cool.
became a permanent addition to the studio tour. So, whenever a project does use our property for their films, part of their responsibility is to clean up everything that they do to our property. As you can see, to clean all this up would have cost equal, if not a little bit more, to place it here. So Steven Spielberg, being the director of The Little Worlds, he came up with a great idea. He went to Universal and said, why don't we just add this to the studio tour so guests can see what a practical set looks like? No CGI whatsoever. Universal said, brilliant, let's do that. But Paramount Studios, who did The War of the Worlds, they had their own stipulation. Their stipulation was that nothing could film in our War of the Worlds crash site for a good 5 years. They wanted the sole focal point of this area to be their film, The War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise, directed by Steven Spielberg. Universal happily obliged by that, but when that 5 years was up, I love this. Can anybody guess what was the first thing to film in our War of the Worlds crash site as it is? Insurance commercials. Allstate and Farmers have used our War of the Worlds crash site for their insurance commercials. Right now, folks, as we come to the end of this area, I want you to take a look in between the 3rd and 4th sections of the airplane, look beyond it. You are seeing a log cabin right now. The reason I love to point that log cabin out is because it was used in one of my favorite John Candy movies, The Great Outdoors, starring John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. But at this moment, folks, your patience is paying off because here at Universal, we have been very fortunate to work with generation-defining directors like Alfred Hitchcock and Steven Spielberg. But now, we are thrilled to partner with Academy Award-winning director and writer Jordan Peele. In a minute, we're going to be taking you through Jupiter's Claim, the actual sets used in his latest sci-fi thriller Nope, starring Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, and Steven Yeun.
Magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Share. That's what this whole place is loose. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Not looking so live. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, frontier town, lies a sinister secret. It's smack there, in the center of the UFO hotspot. Welcome to the world of no.
Alright folks, I do gotta let you know, if you have not seen Nope yet, highly recommended, but also once you see that movie, a lot of the sound effects that happened around us will make so much more sense. But it is such a good movie, I cannot recommend it enough. Way more sci-fi than horror. Honestly, there was only one jump scare throughout that entire film. Classic movie it reminds me of, and this is just me, my opinion, it reminds me of Close Encounters of a Third Kind, directed by Steven Spielberg. If you see it, I think you'll enjoy it. But right now, we have one last bit of movie magic to show off to you all. Take a look on your right-hand side of the tram, and way ahead of us, you are seeing a very large blue screen. But in front of that blue screen, you are also seeing a very large concrete pit that we're able to fill with over 3 million gallons of actual water. And when that is filled with that much water, that is how we combine practical effects of water on property with CGI effects of that blue screen. This area was very much used in the movie Sully, starring Tom Hanks. Take a look at your monitors. I'm going to show you how it was used. Alright, so on your monitors, the plane, the water, and the people are very much real, but that was filmed in the concrete pit where all those trucks are actually parked right now. But that New Jersey skyline you see behind everybody in the water is a CGI projection using the blue screen. Now, this area was also used at the end of one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies, The Truman Show. When Jim Carrey does sail into what he thinks is the end of his world, he actually sails into that blue screen. We're now on your right. Right now, folks, we're going to be leaving and heading back towards the theme park. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Let's give him so grateful for him because, like I said, without him, we would have had to walk all of that. So thank you so much, Daniel. We truly appreciate you. That's right. But for over 110 years, Universal has been thrilling audiences around the globe. Our founder, Carl Laemmle, did have a vision to make movies that would make audiences laugh, cry, or even sit on the edge of their seats. When he first opened the doors to Universal City, he wanted to inspire the world so that they could see that movie-making process. I truly hope that you've been inspired just with this one trip right here at the world-famous Universal Studios tour.
So that Universal Studios Hollywood. Happy Friday.
Also, folks, we hope you plan to come back this April and May to experience the park in a whole new way. Step into the iconic worlds of Scooby-Doo and the Universal Monsters, One Piece, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and more at Universal Fan Fest Nights, where sci-fi, fantasy, anime, and gaming collide in one epic after-hours celebration every event night. To find out more about that and to purchase tickets, please go to universalstudioshollywood.com. Very much hope you join us for Fan Fest, folks. This is like the second time we're doing an after-hours event. It usually takes place between 7 p.m. and 2 a.m. in the morning after the park is closed. It is a really good time, everybody. Hope you do look into Universal Fan Fest nights. I do want to thank all of our pass holders that are with us, but if you're not a pass holder, that's all right. Just go to our Universal Studios box office or any of our upgrade.
I wanted to do that.
Today's ticket into an annual pass so you can come
Like,
back.
that's the goal, right?
Do want to encourage you to download the Universal
Coach
Studios
by
app, everybody,
Universal.
Hollywood app, specifically the Hollywood
I would
app,
like
because
to
that'll give you
do
unlimited wait times for all of our rides,
for you
all
guys.
details you'll need to get yourself through Super Nintendo World, and it will let you know that our theme park will be closing
Obviously,
at
just
7
one
p.m.
ticket,
this evening.
right? And then
On behalf of myself, Vince,
your
your tour
parents
guide,
cover
and
for
your
their own.
driver, and the rest of Universal. Truly hope you have a great rest of your day. Universal Studios Hollywood, the place where movie magic is made every single day. And as we say in the business, folks, that is a wrap. All right, guys, please stay seated until the tram comes to a complete stop, and when your gates on the left go up, you are good to go. Have fun out there, everybody. But I also got to say it, hit the road. Okay, don't listen to that part. I need you all to come back. Please come back. Bye, guys.
What's up, Jared? Happy Friday. Oh, Universal me? I don't know. I'm gonna look it up though. I hate the tour, bro. I love the tour, but I hate it because it puts me in a stage of drowsiness. That doesn't help, bro, because all day I'm driving, so. Oh my god. Just almost falling asleep. I know, I saw it. It's more HD instead of pixelated, because it was pixelated back then with the glasses, but now they made it more HD. Damn, they're closing everything. They closed at 7. Oh shoot. There was the rug there. Oh, now it's working. I do, Jared. Let me go get water, bro. Damn. For real, Tony. No way, actually. I wasn't able to do Water World. Last one was at 4. Luckily, the studio was at 5:15. I need water, bro. That is crazy. I was gonna go check out the Harry Potter, but they put the walls up so you can't see what's happening. I do want to go check on the Jurassic. Let's go give you guys an update on the Jurassic. For real, Gio, I got you. I will. Yeah, indeed it is. Jaden. Actually, so Ruben, how are you? Happy Friday. I did not know that. No roller coaster, no tests. I'm good too, Ruben. Thanks for asking. You're just chilling like a villain. I got here a little bit late. Do apologize. Just traffic to get over here. So got here like around almost 4:50, 4:40. But every time I get on the tour, bro, especially when I just came out of work, I feel super drowsy. We'll get a closer shot. Come on, Guntón. I'm gonna go down to see it from another angle. Yeah, I don't know why. Damn. I don't know why they don't sell the power bands, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and they work. You know, Bowser Jr. will be nice. But hey, maybe they have a plan. I don't want to get the popcorn bucket of Yoshi. Did you guys see how much they're trying to sell the popcorn bucket of Scream? Ghostface? They're tripping. They're just the one where he's behind the door. They were trying to sell it. I saw an offer up. They're trying to sell it for $65. If you wanted both. No, the head was 75. I was like, damn. They're tripping for that one for sure. Yeah, people that like to resell, they're crazy. Nah, I'm talking about like people that buy the popcorn buckets and then they resell them on Facebook Market, offer up, Craigslist. Like they went overboard trying to resell them. So it looks like there's that's a dinosaur on top of that cage. Now the question is, does he move back and forth? Will he move up back and forth, or will he move forward, like leaning, like launching at you? Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I had a feeling that was gonna happen too. I think I said it the other day that I was here. I was like, what if they do add like blue in there? You know, blue, and then the other big one. I'm not really good with dinosaurs names like that. The other big one, right? That comes out and you go take pictures with. Like maybe they're gonna add that guy in there too. For sure, blue, and then maybe the baby dinosaur in there as well. That you get a pet on or something. Or they would just be standing in the right there trying to explain like what they eat, what they are, stuff like that. I know, right? I was tripping out on that too, bro. I know who Sailor Moon is, but I don't know. I never watched none of the shows like that, so I was like, what the hell? I'm gonna give it a try, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna give Sailor Moon a try. Hopefully, it's really good.
The escalator steps are approaching. Hold the handrail and face forward at all times. The escalator steps are approaching. Hold the handrail and face forward at all times.
For real, Jared. Hey, shout out to Kay for donating the Lucky Charm. Appreciate it, Kay. You're a singer? That's what's up, Ruben. Bluey's coming. I did see that. Bluey's coming to Disneyland. I did see that. For shout out to Kay. Bluey. I mean, that's cool, you know. The popcorn bucket that I did want to get from Disneyland was the Death of Wheel, the little Ferris wheel one. I don't know if that's the name, right? Death of Wheel or whatever. But I wanted that one. Back up, boys. It is hot. You don't like Bluey? crazy how Bluey has a lot of fans. I know. Did you see that? There's a lot of people lining up. Not just that, but there was a guy that bought like I think 6 or 10, and he took 2 bags. I was tripping out. I was like, damn, that was for sure selling them. The roller coaster. Every time I look at that roller coaster, I'm like, damn, I'm not ready. I'm definitely not ready for it. And shout out to the people that love roller coasters and they could do that all day, every day. Yeah, we're going up. What's up, 5? I'll be back again tomorrow.
Okay, so we're changing. We're going to.
That is true, Shelly. It is at City Walk. But I feel like it's overrated, I would say. Everybody hypes it up too much, you know? Damn, ice cream does sound good right now. I'm not gonna cap. My bad, they were calling me, so I had to refresh. Do have a question. See if you guys know. There's a souvenir cup or a cup that actually turns into different colors at different temperatures. Do you know which one it is or no?
No, I know, but it's not anywhere around here.
Yeah, I know. They should have that out. They should have all photos. Remember the AT photo op? They need to just have those out. Like,
I've never had. Son del carrito que
Nice. Del Taco is fire. Not gonna cap. I ended up buying the Naruto and Digimon ones. Not really these. It's nothing new. The universal backpack? Let me see. Can I see it? Probably on this side. Universal backpack. Shirt. Oh, that one. Talking about that one? $60. Oh, $60. The white one. Damn, blind as a bat. Which white one? There's no way. Where do we went? Oh, this one. I see it. I see it. I don't know how you saw it, but I see it. It is an actual lunch fly, which is crazy. It's an actual lunch fly. That one goes for... Oh, I can't see. So what the... Oh, hold on. Let me... No, it doesn't say. I'll go check at the other stores. I like this. $30. Yeah, I'm off that. Said $30. We out. I gotta go to the other store to go check it out. What up, Maria? Yeah, we're gonna go to the other store because I can't reach and I don't want to ask. Alright, just go to the other store and find it over there if I see it.
Alright, tell me when your brother leaves
It was being covered. The tag was being covered. We'll go check it out, the other store. They should have it at the other store. Oh, here goes our friend. Ah, he didn't see me? He did not see me. I would have thought he saw me, but he didn't see me. One of the workers. I want to see if there's new snacks. But I was King Julian. No, nothing new. Nothing new. Oh, they brought the... What? They brought this over here? The Casper? You guys know how it was outside? What? He-Man? What? What is that? I don't know who's that at. But they got He-Man? Yo, He-Man. That's pretty cool. Nah, I didn't figure out the Skeletor. This is new. I like that. And they brought this Wizarding Mom, Wizarding Dad. Hold my butterbeer. Must be a Weasley. In the morning, I'm making waffles. Hot girl summer. Dinosaurs eat man, woman, and hearts, the art, the earth. What? Oh, there's more here. The Skeletor is $45. $45. They have this Hell Valley Universal Studios backlot tour. That's pretty dope. They have Universal Studios, Spring Break, Universal Studios. They have the Homer Simpson. They have Hello Kitty. They have Summer. I gotta get a video of that. How Powerpuff Girls look like that. Tom and Jerry. You know what's crazy? They don't have the Universal backpack over there. Huh. Two for $50. That's pretty cool. Thank you for letting me know, Bonnie. Appreciate it. Pretty cool, huh? What's up, Chris? Happy Friday. Not yet, Chris. We're not there. What is this? trying to look for that backpack. They don't have that backpack. Oh, here it is. So that backpack is actually worth $90. It is a lunch fly. $90 for that backpack. They're crazy for that, but hey, a lunch fly. That's pretty cool. The Jaws. What's up, Vanessa? I know, right? But $90? Crazy. Pins. What else? Nothing new, honestly. Yeah, nothing new. What is this? Oh, you put it in. Pretty cool. How much is it? $20. Dino poop? What? It's crazy. Dino poop. What's up, profe? Appreciate the stop. Appreciate the support. Yes, sir. I got you. Let me go check it out. This one is $95. $95. Oh, what? Look at this. They have the cloak. $90 for the cloak. That's pretty cool. Wicked. That's what I'm saying, Chris. Yes, sir. They did bring the stuff from over there. Saw dinosaurs on the other side. On the top, right in the entrance, right across from Hollywood Dine, and across from Wicked, where they always put the props. That's where it's at. I want to go see how much are the little stars that go on your shoulder for Mario Galaxy. Might do a they're $40 each. Not bad. Yeah, $40 each. Sorry. You're welcome, Chris. So $40 each. Thinking of getting one to do a giveaway. I'll probably do. Have an idea, but I don't know how much is gonna work, you know? So yes, sir. I gotta come up with it. I was thinking about it the other day. I know I'm gonna do a giveaway. Not sure of what exactly, but I am. That is pixie dust. Gas is expensive up now. $5. It's no joke. Um, we're gonna end it here, just because I haven't ate and I am thirsty. Shout out to Chris for that. We are gonna think about what am I gonna do for that giveaway. I'm only buying one, and then I'll give it. Again, I'll either ship it out to you guys, or you guys can meet me at the park and I'll give it to you there. It's up to you guys, wherever you guys feel more comfortable shipping it or meeting up. Nah, YouTube.
YouTube? How does that one work? Like, you just stream it through the GoPro?
No, I'm streaming it through the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, that one's hard.
Yeah,
I tried so too.
Yeah, I tried doing it with TikTok and Twitch.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
It is. I'm not gonna lie.
It kicks me out of the internet.
It does, yeah. All right, have a good one. You too, thank you. What's up, runner? It would have been nice if I could stream it through the GoPro, because the GoPro's quality is super nice. But yeah, guys. So I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'll keep you guys in the loop. I'm gonna get it, and then I'll let you guys know how to enter, or what to do, or how it works out and stuff like that. But I did want to mention that if you guys want me to ship it out to you guys, I'll ship it out to you guys. Or if you guys want to meet up at the park, I'll give it to you at the park. For real, huh? He had 3. I was like, yo. I was looking at it when he passed by. I was like, yo, you gotta hook me up, bro. For real, Pixie. But all right, then, guys. Appreciate the love and the support. Shout out to Chris and Kay for donation. Shout out to everybody that dropped the like. Keep you guys in the loop on that giveaway for the star. It's $40. Hey, but I'll do it. I don't mind. Do want to say I do appreciate all of you guys for all the love and the support that you guys been doing to the stream. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys. Thank you, Chris. Likewise. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be back again tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace. Good night, little Richie. Good night, Jaden, Chris, Runner, Bonnie, Faith. I'll see y'all guys. Peace. Yo, Kay, thank you for the donations. Shout out to Kay and Chris. I'll see you guys. Have a good one.